Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale.
Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies out there. One of my favorite PLDs is coming up, man. So let's break it down. Let's get to it. And to do that, let's bring in the dirtiest referee in the game from the LA Times, one Mr. Pablo.
Yay, yay. Let's do
What
this,
is going
bro.
on, sir?
Just chilling, waiting to for this pay-per-view and to see everything that comes down, bro. All the spoilers, all the people who are coming in that weren't supposed to be there, popping in, and I think we're gonna have a few of those, bro.
So do I, man. So do I. Now, just to make it clear, we're recording this before SmackDown airs. And to be honest, I'm not even gonna have a chance to watch SmackDown. Not only that, I'm not gonna have a chance to watch Money in the Bank live while it's happening. I'm gonna have to watch it the next day. But are you gonna be able to watch it live? Oh,
Yeah, man. It's on, brother. You got to.
okay. Yeah, I know, man. It's one of my favorite PLDs. It is, man. But I'm actually gonna be. I got credentials. I'm gonna be covering a boxing match tomorrow.
That's cool.
So yeah, so that's where I'm gonna be at. But anyway, Pablo. But I will definitely be tuned in. I'm not one of these guys that gets all these updates on every single thing that happens. I have no
Right,
issues with social media and it ruining it for me. But except for
right.
you, Paul, when you start. When you and Javi start texting, I'm like, "What are you doing, man?"
Yeah. Yeah. I try not to do the spoilers though. Usually when I text, it's about something else.
All right, man. So, first of all, Pablo, let me ask you, man, what's your thoughts on Money in the Bank as a PLD? Do you like it like that? Would you rather it be back in WrestleMania?
No, I'm good with this, man. I'm good with the zone. I notice now it's been made into trying to get over the newer NXT recruits. A lot of them bringing a lot of them over. So the last few years it's changing a little. It's more trying to get over the newer guys, and I've noticed that's a trend.
Okay, but if it's a year, isn't that the whole thing? It's like, oh, you got till next year's WrestleMania to cash it in, as opposed to
Yeah,
now, it's like, you could cash it in after next year's WrestleMania.
yeah. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I'm good with it this way.
Okay.
It keeps a little bit of angst as WrestleMania comes because you never know what's going to happen. So it keeps you on the edge of your seats, man. So I'm good with it.
Personally, I would rather have it be back in WrestleMania. The only reason why I
Expiration.
like, yeah, the expiration, and the only reason why I say it's one of my favorite PLDs is just because the Money in the Bank match itself, nothing else, just the
Yeah,
matches itself. So put it back on WrestleMania. I mean, I'm not, like an advocate against it having its own PLD, but if I had it my way, I would rather it be back on WrestleMania, man. Have
right.
have the women's night one, have the men's night two, or vice versa. It doesn't matter. Now that
Oh,
WrestleMania is 2 nights.
yeah. That's pretty dope. That would be pretty dope, man. Did you hear
Yeah.
something about I know it's not the topic today, but did you hear something about Royal Rumble or SummerSlam, one of them being 2 nights again? Did you hear that?
Yes. SummerSlam starting 2026 is going to 2 nights.
Wow, that is incredible.
It is, man. It is. I'm telling you, it's all about the dollar, man.
Yes, sir.
Hey, if they can deliver action-packed, shows, why not? Why
Yes,
not?
without drowning us with NXT people, that would be great.
Well, speaking on that, let's see what we got going on here. Pablo, what is on the card for Money in the Bank 2024, brother?
Well, we'll start with this one: Intercontinental Championship match. We are in Canada, so in the Toronto area. Sami Zayn's own Canada champion versus Braun Breaker. What do you say, man?
So, I like how they're building Braun Breaker. They started him with nothing but pure jobbers and like real jobbers. You know what I mean? Not superstar jobbers, like real actual jobbers, like back in the day. Um, and now they're putting them in the mix. I like Braun Breaker. I think Braun Breaker can probably be the next big thing here in the next, 2 years or so. Um, the only reason why I would say Sammy is going to win is because Sammy's the one that dethroned Gunther, and he hasn't been champion that long. But I'll be real with you, Paul. Sammy being IC, holding the IC strap, it's not really working for me too much.
Hmm.
If I had it my way, I would rather Braun Breaker take it off of him. I think Braun Breaker could be a great Intercontinental champion. They're really building him as this powerhouse, and you know, a little bit also like Steve Austin, like he can't control me kind of guy. I like Braun Breaker, man. He's really growing on me pretty damn fast. The only reason why I'm gonna go Sami Zayn is because he hasn't been champion long enough, and he's the one that actually dethroned Gunther. If there was no dethroning Gunther, the longest reigning Intercontinental champion ever, then I'd say Braun Breaker. But because he did do that, then yeah, I would say Sammy retains the strap.
It's a good point. I'm agreeing with you mostly. Sami Zayn, the reason I think he's gonna retain it is because Triple H will try to pay back Canada for him losing to Roman Reigns when everybody thought Sammy had a chance and he's gonna win. You remember that? And then
Yeah,
I think he's gonna it's if he does it, makes him lose in Canada. And after that, man, I think Canada is going to be furious, bro. But that would be a good way for Sammy to turn heel. But I do not think Braun Breaker is going to lose clean, bro. I do not think they're going to make him lose 1, 2, 3. I think the momentum's with him, bro. He could be one of the guys in the future. I love the guy, man. He's coming at an awesome pace. I love when he comes out. I don't know if you noticed his interest music. First, it's the dog, the dog woofing, which is an
yeah.
ode to his dad, and then we have the siren, which is an ode to his uncle, Big Papa Pump. And then when he comes out, then when you hear him talk, bro, when you hear him yell, dude, it sounds just like Big Papa Pump, bro. So I like the ode to the Steiner brothers. And man, I think this guy's the future. I just don't think I think he's gonna lose, but I don't think they're gonna do it 1, 2, 3. There's a rumor that for some reason Brock Lesnar is gonna get involved in the match. Now, I don't know why Brock Lesnar would come get involved in his match. It would seem more so he would want to come take out, one of the Usos, I mean, one of the bloodline for what they did, But the rumor mill is all over the place that Brock Lesnar's coming tonight. And a lot of them are saying he's coming to take out Braun Breaker. So we'll see what happens. But my choice is Sami Zayn winning, but not by a clean pin.
That'd be great, man. That would set up Braun Breaker versus Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Yeah, to put him over, for Brock to put him
Yeah,
over, that would make
yeah,
Braun Breaker huge.
yeah, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I was thinking maybe Braun Breaker wins by disqualification. You know how he's kind of a loose cannon. That's how they're building
Right,
him.
right.
So he just becomes a loose cannon and doesn't break a hold or something like that, and he loses by DQ. But if Brock Lesnar inserts himself and takes out and causes Braun Breaker the strap, I think that will set up something for SummerSlam that sounds pretty damn interesting. I'd like to see that. Yeah,
Ooh, Beast
yeah.
versus Beast. And they're saying because Brock lives in Canada now, so it would be, just a small little plane ride for him to get there.
I didn't
So,
know that. I didn't know he lives in Canada now.
yeah, Saskatchewan. Yep,
Orale, okay. All
yep.
right, so we both got Sammy. What else we got on the card here,
All
Pablo?
right, here we go. Next on the card, we got, and let me say this before we even say anything. Tonight on SmackDown, for whatever reason, bro, it's gonna be Kevin Owens and Randy Orton are going to come out and give their what they think about what happened on the bloodline. It's like, dude, get these guys out of here. Get them away from the bloodline, bro. They're just filling in, bro. At this point, they're like, man, what are those guys? The Bootio guys? They're just coming
Yeah.
out and jumping in everywhere, bro. There's no purpose, bro. But maybe it's coming. So, anyways, it's Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline, who have been indefinitely suspended from SmackDown, but somehow they're going to fight the next day on this pay-per-view. Anyways, so Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton versus the Bloodline.
Okay, and to my understanding, um, they haven't chose the individuals of the bloodline, or it could be any one. It could be any three of the four.
Is that right?
Now, yeah, that's to my understanding, it could be any three of the four. If it were up to me, right? Like people, I don't really see too many people invested in this. Like you and I,
Mm-hmm.
we're not that invested in this, man. Um, if it were up to me, I would keep Solo Sokoa out of the ring. I
Mm-hmm.
would have the other three get in there and have Solo ringside and have him be, like the dirty Mr. Fuji type of manager kind of guy for the night. I think that would be the best way. That'd be the best way to make it interesting. You
Yeah,
know,
I think so. Good point.
yeah. And as far as winning the match, I'm with you, Paul. Like, good gosh, man. And these are high level caliber names right here. Kevin
Exactly.
Owens, Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, and for them to be in a match that nobody really cares too much about, I'm with you. This story sucks. I don't get it. I don't like it. Um, I would say Bloodline wins. Who do they get the pin over? Maybe Kevin Owens. Maybe there's some sort of friction going forward with KO and Randy Orton. I'm not really sure. I'm not really sure how to paint that picture, but I would say you got to have the bloodline win if you want to keep them relevant, and
Okay.
keep Solo out of the ring. Have the other three go at it. Have Solo be an impact outside of the ring.
Okay, I think that's an awesome, awesome idea. Keep Solo out, and I
Mhm.
agree with you 100%. That's what they got to do. He's walking around. You never know what's going to happen, and then the audience in their own minds are going to think, well, could somebody else come from behind to get Solo? While he's outside. And
Mhm.
so I, I think I'm going to go with the Bloodline, but I think I'm gonna go to Bloodline, and I think they're gonna pin Kevin Owens. I don't know how, but here let me go to the rumor mill, which is more exciting than this match actually. So the rumor mill, there's two different angles going here, okay, that are going
Okay.
around on the internet. One is, and we can't have people coming out, everywhere. We know that these are just dreams that all the wrestling heads say, so we know some of these may not come to pass. But that's what's cool about WWE. We could dream. One of them is that Randy Orton is going to turn on Cody Rhodes to set up SummerSlam. I
Mm.
know they said Solo Sokoa, but who knows, man? I don't know what's going to go on, right? But that's one of them because Randy Orton, no matter who he's teamed with, no matter what happens, he always turns on his people. The other rumors on the Bloodline side is that either Roman Reigns could show up, or, and this is what I heard today, and it's not from me, that Roman Reigns, the same way they kept bringing out people on the last Mania when Cody, they did the Undertaker, Cena, this and that.
Right. Right.
That it's gonna be CM Punk and then Roman Reigns. They're going to do something like that, where one's going to come out to save, just to save Paul Heyman's honor, and the other one. But who knows? That's getting wild, right? Like every match can't be a comeback. You know what I mean? So let's
The
see what happens.
I would say the only one that really truly makes sense to me is Randy Orton turning on Cody Rhodes.
I agree. I agree.
That one makes sense. I don't see CM Punk getting involved in this.
Yeah, and I think he is, bro. I think they hinted too much But regarding Randy, bro, see, the whole thing is that they're going for Solo and Cody at SummerSlam. That's a horrible match, bro. But
Mm,
Randy and Cody, that's a match.
yeah,
Teacher student. Teacher student. That's one that I could get behind. But Solo, bro, nah, bro. He hasn't earned that spot yet to be a main event, bro. No one believes he's gonna get the title. Randy ain't gonna get the title either, but at least we could dream. So yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting match. It's gonna be an interesting match, bro. And I'm looking for more what's gonna happen outside the ring.
yeah. Same here.
Yeah. So we're both
Uh,
going for the bloodline winning.
right. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Okay.
man. Yeah, yeah. It has to,
What else?
bro.
Yeah, it has to. I mean, yeah, you're really building this faction. So without the tribal chief, the real tribal chief, I may add, and The Rock. I mean, and not even the Usos that are there. So you just can't have them lose. So yeah. But what else we got, Pablo?
Okay, the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Io Sky versus Chelsea Green versus Lycra Valkyria versus Tiffany Stratton versus Naomi versus Zoe Stark. And before we go
Hmm.
on, I must say that I think Chelsea Green is from Canada. So I think she'll get a big pop. I know Tiffany. I saw Tiffany doing a live interview earlier on a Money in the Bank pre-show, and man, she got a huge pop. So, and then also one more thing. This whole event is gonna be emceed by Trish Stratus. So I also
Oh,
think there's a possibility that she could get involved and cause Zoe Stark not to win. But anyways, that's the match. What do you say, man?
Tiffy time all the way, man. I've been a fan of hers from her NXT days. I've been saying it. I've made videos of it. Like, hey, watch out for this chick, man. She's gonna make some major waves. Dog, her Swanton bomb is picture perfect. I mean, a thing of beauty. I am a fan of Tiffany Stratton. Go get it, girl. I will be rooting for her to get it. I don't.
Ooh.
All the other chicks, Pablo, with the exception of probably like Io Sky or something, but it's not exciting. Look, Io Sky is gonna put on one heck of a performance, but if she wins it, it's not exciting anymore, man. She'll put on a good match, but it's not exciting if she wins. And all the other chicks, Paul. I mean, who the heck are they?
Yeah. Yeah, Io Sky, that would be her second year in a row. They're just playing that angle with their Chelsea Green. She's from Canada, so I could see her winning. Or Lycra Valkyria, I could see her winning. I don't know who, if it was Chelsea or Lycra. They had beat. They had beat Bianca Belair. They had beat Bianca Belair somehow. I don't know, cheated or whatever, or won, or I don't know what happened. It was on SmackDown, but the people were excited because Bianca Belair lost in the
Mm,
audience. And I was like, what the heck is going on, dude? Are they turning on Bianca, or they just want to see something else? Or, because I thought Bianca was like everybody's, darling. But
mm,
so I could see one of them winning. But they haven't been here long enough, bro. They haven't put in enough time for the people to really get behind them. I think this has to go to Tiffany Stratton, man. Definitely Naomi can't win. That would be a mistake. Zoe Stark can't win. She's just never mind on her. I think we're gonna think this is my prediction though. I think Zoe Stark, she's gonna win. She's almost gonna win. Trish Stratus is gonna get involved and cause her to lose. Only because I seen Zoe Stark talking trash to her today. So I think
right.
somehow she'll get involved. So my pick is Tiffany Stratton, Swanton. She's gonna come off. She's gonna take it. People are gonna rejoice, and she's gonna go on with their arrogant self and just dominate at least till SummerSlam.
Oh man, I love me some Tiffy time, man. She is just growing and growing more on me. She's like I said, since her NXT days, I was watching. I'm like, damn, yeah, she's the closest thing that reminds me of a Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, yeah, she has
And
it.
she has it, man. And just not just her in ring ability, but her charisma and just the way she plays the heel. And not only that, Paul, she's actually gaining a fan base. She's supposed to be this annoying heel where everyone's supposed to hate her, but you got about a good 40% cheering for her now when she comes out.
I agree, bro. I agree.
Yeah.
Today when I seen her on the pre-show, man, everybody was cheering for her, bro. The only one who got a bigger reaction was the hometown girl because they're in
Mm.
Canada. But I mean, dude, she got way more. And what's interesting is here she is in Canada. She's a United States champion. She goes to Canada and everybody's cheering for her, bro. I was just tripping out like a. She didn't smile. She didn't nothing. She just played her part. Looked at her watch. Tiffy time, man. So I agree, bro.
Perfect. Nice. What else we got, Pablo?
All right, here we go. The men's Money in the Bank. Okay. And CBS usually puts these in the way they're going to go, so we'll see what happens, right? So
Okay.
who knows? Who knows? Men's Money in the Bank. Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre. Man, let me start off real quick. There's
Go
so
for it.
many people in this match. Let me put it this way. So Jey Uso, everybody wants to see him get the heavyweight strap.
Mm.
Carmelo Hayes, everybody knows he's one of the greatest in the future. Andrade, man, he's probably the best Mexican star we have. Chad Gable, Shorty G, everybody loves this dude. They just love to watch him on screen. LA Knight, bro, people were saying like at least of 6 months ago, 8 months ago, they should give him some kind of strap. And Drew McIntyre, the one who's been losing and barely making it, dude, a huge star. So in this match, we got all these guys who people want to see with the strap, minus Andrade. People want to see
Mm.
with the strap. They have a great future, man. So it's going to be an uh, interesting match. I'll wait to give a choice until I hear how you break it down.
Okay, so unlike the women's match, this one actually has some good solid names on there. And I'm going to eliminate a couple of guys where I'm going to say I think they have zero chance of winning.
Okay.
One is Carmelo Hayes. I don't think he has a chance of winning, but he's there to put a damn good match. His
Yes.
athleticism and what he can do in the ring, he's going to put one heck of a match. I just don't see him winning. Andrade, that's another guy I don't see winning. Another guy who's very talented and very athletic, gonna make the match that much better. I just don't. I don't see him winning either, man. The other guys, them I do. I can come up with a story for all of them to win. Um, LA Knight, with the exception. Also, you know what? I'm gonna throw Drew McIntyre in the mix, Pablo.
Wow.
I don't think he has a chance of winning. This this is the match is where I think CM Punk comes out and gets involved. Not in the bloodline
Ooh.
match, but in this match, I definitely see CM Punk coming out. I think Drew McIntyre has the ring to himself. And, he had guaranteed that not only is he winning Money in the Bank, but he's coming out Money in the Bank as world champion, that he is going to cash it in that same night.
Who
Um,
said that? Who said that?
Drew McIntyre.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I see him having the ring to himself, putting the ladder up, climbing up, and CM Punk going and throwing him off the ladder. I do not
Wow.
see CM Punk getting involved in the bloodline match. This is where I see CM Punk getting involved. So I rule out three guys. I rule out Andrade and Carmelo Hayes just simply because I think they're put there so they could put on damn good match, which is they're going to do. And I rule out Drew McIntyre because I think CM Punk is gonna cost him this match. Um, the other guys, yeah, man, I could see Shorty G winning. I could see him coming out with the victory. Now, Paul, he was my front runner to win,
Yes.
but not so much anymore. Why? Because now, some way, somehow, they involved them into the Wyatt Six storyline.
Yes.
And if it wasn't for that storyline, Paul, if it was not for him being involved, he would be my number one pick. But I don't know how he fits into that storyline.
Wait,
So
wait.
because of yeah, go
Before
for
you
it.
make your final pick, as I'm still choosing, I haven't chose yet. But before you make your pick, so after today, does this kind of begin the road to SummerSlam?
I would say
I mean,
so. Yeah.
after this pay per view. Okay, okay. Go ahead, bro. I'm sorry. I was just trying to get my thoughts. So this all pertains to SummerSlam a lot, probably too. Then I guess.
I mean, it could be. I think King of the Ring was part of the road to SummerSlam because that's when you found out who was gonna. You know how they're doing kind of like what Royal Rumble is to WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Just this year, they started doing what King of the Ring, King and Queen of the Ring is to SummerSlam. They now get
Okay.
a title shot. So, but I mean, what I'm saying is that Chad Gable, he was my front runner until they started involving him with the Wyatt Six story, and now as I'm not as sure as Chad Gable winning Money in the Bank. I'm not saying he won't. I'm having doubts because of that storyline.
Hmm.
LA Knight, I could definitely see him being one to win it. Um, Shoot, who's the other one?
Jey Uso.
And Jey Uso. Now Jey Uso, Paul, is my number one pick.
Ooh,
Yeah, he's my
man.
number one pick. It was Shorty G. It was Shorty G. But because that weird storyline now, I don't see him becoming Money in the Bank and having that storyline with the Wyatt Six. It's too off putting. Now Jey Uso or LA Knight, but I'm gonna go with Jey Uso.
Wow, that's crazy, bro. That's
Yeah,
crazy. Ooh, man,
I'll
dude, I'm
say you.
scared. I'm scared, bro. I could see Jay, but I could see Triple H getting us all mad and giving it to Carmelo and him walking around with that suitcase for a while. I could see that. I cannot see Andrade. Uh, I hope it's not Carmelo. Man, LA Knight kind of deserves it, bro. He
Mm.
deserves it because, man, dude, it's like, dude, how long are they gonna go with it? They have to give this guy something, man. You have to give him some. Hey, and what's his name's not in here, right? Logan Paul. Yeah, Logan Paul's not in it, but they were
Yeah,
saying
no.
that somehow he gets involved in the match. I was hearing rumors of that too. Somehow he gets himself in the match. So that's one little thing to look out for. But
Well, again, we're doing this pre SmackDown, so
yeah, yeah, but they were saying that somehow he does a technicality and gets himself and involved, and who knows, man, bro. I am torn in this. I don't even know who to choose. So that I gotta choose. My mind says LA Knight, but I'm gonna choose Drew McIntyre. I'm gonna choose Drew McIntyre.
okay.
Yeah, man. I mean, I want to see what happens. What you said, that he's
Mm.
about to do it, and then CM Punk comes in. That would be exciting, man. But I'm gonna go with Drew. I'm gonna go with Drew, man, and then that'll lead my pick into the next match. You know, so yeah, I'll go with Drew McIntyre. It's not what my head says, not what my heart says. I think Jey Uso, he's gonna go another way. He's gonna get involved with the bloodline. I could be wrong. I think Chad Gable is gonna go on in SummerSlam and fight Uncle Howdy. Um, everybody has a road. Andrade, I don't know where he's going. But they need to do something with LA Knight, man, before he fizzles out all the way, bro. Because I think his stock is going down a little.
And
So
I will also say this, Pablo. I'm getting a little tired of whoever wins Money in the Bank has to hold off to on it for 10 months, 11 months. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know, right away cash ins, man. You gotta mix it up every now and then. You gotta have somebody, cash in immediately, or in a few weeks or something. Don't make it, like Senor Money in the Bank, right? I mean, that was
Yeah.
pretty cool just because of his briefcase. Heck, I got one now. Um, but that was cool to promote that. But sometimes it's good to do that, and then other times you gotta mix it up, man. You gotta have some of these guys and girls cash in SummerSlam, Survivor Series, Crown Jewel, or that same night, or something. Even what would be something, man, is cash in before WrestleMania. What is that? Elimination Chamber, and you have a
Mhm.
new champion go into WrestleMania, but holding up
Right.
for it on it so long every single time, I mean, come on, you got to mix it up.
I agree, man. This last one, what was, like you said, 10 months, bro? I was like,
Yeah,
man, it's coming up again, bro. Come on. What's
yeah,
going on here?
yeah, yeah. So you go, Drew.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Drew. I'm
Okay,
gonna go with Drew.
I'm gonna go with Jay. I'm gonna go with Jay. And you know what? Look, you just made me think of something. If they're gonna go a whole year or at least 10 months, I could see them giving it to Carmelo Hayes. I
Exactly.
I
He
I
doesn't.
I
He's
can.
arrogant.
I
He's
can.
arrogant.
Yeah, because you have that whole time to build him. So, yeah, I could definitely see that happening, man. It doesn't have to be right away. If somebody like LA Knight wins it, then that's probably someone that needs to cash it in this year. But Carmelo Hayes, nah, you got quite a few. You got a long time, man, to build them, and I could see that.
Yeah, and sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes they give someone the suitcase and it doesn't really work, man. It doesn't work out too good. Remember A Town? They
Yeah.
had it
Oh
on
yeah.
him, dude. It didn't build him too much. He's kind of like a mid Carter now.
Right. Right.
But
All right, but
rumored to get a push soon. We'll see.
well, I'm gonna stick with Jay Uso.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. I'd be happy. Um, I'm not going to be happy about my pick unless it's exciting. But that brings us to our next match, bro, which is the main event of the evening, the
Mm.
World Heavyweight Championship champion Damian Priest versus challenger and former champion Seth freaking Rollins. Man, you want
Mm.
me to kick it off?
Yes, please.
Okay. I should kick it off only because my pick is Drew McIntyre. I think this is going to be a
Wow.
great match. This is going to be a great match. And remember, remember the stakes on this match. If Damian Priest loses, he's
Mm.
out of the Judgment Day. He's no longer a part. He's been telling people that the Judgment Day needs him. He doesn't need the Judgment Day. So there's that whole angle. So, and Seth Rollins, he's coming towards the twilight of his career. So let's see what happens with this. So my pick is that it's gonna be a Seth Rollins win. I don't know how. I think somebody's going to jump in and help, lay out Damian, maybe even his own team or somewhere in there. They're going to come out to try to help him. He told the Judgment Day he does not want help. They come out and help him, and what happens? He turns on his own team, hits them, and they turn on him and hurt him, and Seth Rollins gets the stomp and wins. Seth Rollins is over there celebrating. Out comes Drew McIntyre, cashes in. Drew McIntyre, our new champion. That's what I see. And what say you, Cholo?
Oh man, that means CM Punk doesn't get involved then.
Unless he comes in
Uh,
after to beat him down, or
okay.
or
Yeah.
or it fails, CM
Or,
Punk
or, or
help
yeah,
fails.
you know what? That would actually hurt Drew McIntyre more if Drew McIntyre wins Money in the Bank and then goes to cash it in and fails because CM Punk went costed him. Oh, Wow,
Oh,
Pablo, you know
that
you're making me
crazy.
think here, man.
That would be a dude. That would lead up. Can you imagine how pissed Drew's gonna be? That would be a crazy build up for SummerSlam right there.
Well,
You
let's
know?
remember, Drew won the strap from Seth Rollins,
Yes.
right? And then CM Punk started putting a beating on him, and that's how he lost because he got
Right.
cashed in on.
Right.
So if Drew wins the Money in the Bank match, cashes in, and is about to beat Seth Rollins, and CM Punk gets involved, and because of him, it's a failed cash in. That's one heck of a storyline, Pablo.
Yep.
And at the
Yep.
same time, the whole story with Damian Priest having to leave Judgment Day. Wow, there's a lot going on right there. Now,
Yeah.
that's not the route I'm gonna take, even though
Right.
that sounds very sexy, man.
Yes.
That's one heck of a story.
Yes.
I'm gonna say Damian Priest comes out with the victory. Because one way is pretty dang meaningful. Having Damian Priest to get out of the Judgment Day, that's that's pretty big. Seth Rollins not challenging for the strap as long as Damian Priest is champion. That's neither here nor there for me. Damian Priest doesn't need to be a long-term champion. He could
Right.
lose it at SummerSlam, and then Seth Rollins is back in the title picture.
Right. Right.
So I'm
Dang.
just gonna I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna go Judge. I'm sorry. I'm gonna go. Damian Priest wins because Judgment Day gets involved without Damian Priest knowing what happened. Remember, he won a match like that before. He won a match where it's like he didn't know. Oh man, what match am I thinking of? Shoot, I don't think it was a Judgment Day that got involved. Somebody else got involved, and Damian Priest had no idea,
Yeah,
and
he
he just
won. He won,
yeah,
right? Yeah,
yeah,
I
he
forgot
just
what it is too. I forgot what it is too. It wasn't too long ago. Yeah,
yeah,
he
it wasn't
won
that
and he
long
didn't
ago.
know.
And he didn't even know what was going on, but he just seeked the opportunity. He wins, and then afterwards, he's like, "Hey, what happened?" It's like, "Oh, damn!" So I see that happening, causing more friction with the Judgment Day of like, "Hey, I told you guys not to get involved," but him not finding out till after he wins. So that's the route I'm gonna go.
Yeah, and so here's the thing I'm thinking though, just to add to your thing, the match before the men's money in the bank, somehow if Drew McIntyre is not going to win, they have to get him out somehow. And I think that has if he's going to lose money in the bank, it has to be by CM Punk. So maybe
Right.
CM Punk causes them to lose and they go fighting up the aisle to the back, something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, he has to get out. They can't pin him. They can't do nothing. So the other thing I want to say is that Dirty Dom is there. I saw him today. He's in Canada. So I bet you Liv Morgan's going to be there. So it's going to be interesting to see what part she plays in this whole thing, you know? And
Yeah.
I bet you she'll have a hero. Somehow she'll either help him win or if he turns on the Judgment Day, helps him lose. And then she'll be part of the Judgment Day and take Rhea's spot. So
It it
something.
it it looks like certain members from the Judgment Day are warming up to Liv Morgan.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah, man. So I mean,
Liv
not
Morgan, her acting is on point, bro.
I,
God, she's doing a good job.
yes, she is, man. Yes, she is. I'm really liking it, man. And it looks like she's really starting to win over the Judgment Day, with the exception of Damian Priest.
Yes, yes. I saw today, bro, on the pre-show. It was live from Canada, man, and it was a Michael Cole was giving them a hard time and doing the same thing. The only one that was talking, Michael Cole told him, "Hey, where's Liv?" Because Carlito was there and everybody was there. Where's Liv? And then, the only one like who had a problem with him saying that was Damien, bro. So it's
Mm,
interesting. So Liv's gonna have part in it, man, for sure, man.
yeah, yeah, man. And that's a good storyline too. I like that storyline, but
Yeah, it's the best thing
man.
happening on Raw. Mhm. And no Gunther. No Gunther this show. No Gunther.
Yeah, no Gunther. I mean, I'm digging. Look, Pablo, I'm being honest, man. I'm digging these 5 match PLDs, man. You don't
Yeah.
have to have every superstar, because then you get kind of tired. You get kind of, it gets watered down, and
Yeah.
the storylines. Every single PLD is the same. You see everybody. Where in this case, I actually like it this way, because some of the superstars, you're gonna have to wait to see them and see their storylines, play out in other PLDs. So I'm digging it, man. How about you?
Yeah, I like it. I like it too, man, because there's not much else. Everybody's out sick, right? Everybody's hurt. So the
Mhm.
people you'd like to see aren't there anyway. So for having it the way it is right now is perfect for me. It's perfect, man.
Yeah, yeah, working for me. So, all right, man. Pablo, anything else before we wrap it up?
No, man, I'm looking. It should be a decent pay per view. I really want to see what happens with Damien. I want to see what Liv's involvement is. I would like to see Tiffy, the men's Money in the Bank. Man, it's going to be interesting because we don't know, dude. All these great names that could possibly win, and so many ways it could go, and only Triple H knows, man, what the future holds. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, that is Pablo from DLA Times, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Enjoy Money in the Bank. Catch you guys on the next one.
And I hope that